have a really fun and easy book hack. If you love sitting down and reading books, but you're like, I'm busy, I'm a busy mom, I've got a lot going on. I get it. I miss sitting down and reading a book. It's just in the season of life that I'm in, it's not an easy thing to do. So I miss physical books. I love Audible. Obviously it's great in the car, walking, etc. But nothing beats like an actual book and like sitting down with a cup of coffee. So I have a hack for you to like create the best of both worlds and make it easier for you to just enjoy the energy of a book, because there is something powerful about like picking up a book. So I wanted to shout out Rebecca with Authors Allies for sponsoring this tip and this episode. And she is up to so many amazing things. She has an author membership, how to like actually get onto Amazon KDP, which is where like you self-publish, which is a huge deal. So she's got support around that. She does a books and brews series and so many other awesome things. So make sure you check out Rebecca with Authors Allies. So most likely you have a bunch of books laying around. First and foremost, I love picking a topic that either is specific to your industry or just even for guilty pleasure, or a topic that you're wanting to work on more, whether it's like health and fitness, money, relationships, confidence, mindset. So when people tell me, or when people ask me like, what book would I recommend for them to read? Because I'm a secret nerd, not so secret, but I do love books. I always ask them, well, what are your goals? What are you working on? Because that does matter. You know, when we read a book, we don't want to just read it and do nothing with it. We do want to do something with it, whether it's enjoy it, take action on it, learn, implement something in the book. So you're going to pick a topic that you're like, in the next 30 days, I really want to get better at, or you want to learn more about. And if you have a book in your house around that topic, then just pick the one that like intuitively like draws you in. If you don't, you could go to Barnes and Noble, you could go to the library, you could go on Amazon and order a book around that topic. And first, you're just going to carry the book around, okay? Because you just holding the book is a big deal. Like, this is where I get like really woo-woo, because it's a constant visual reminder. I put books by my coffee maker. I put them by my bed. I'll take them with me in the car. And even if it takes me days to open it up, it literally is just a reminder of whatever that cover is. Emma took my cover off of this book. But it's so powerful just to carry the book around. Like, and I want you to feel good about it, not like, oh, I haven't read it yet. Okay. So we've got to like shift that energy, but carry the book around. Because if you're wanting to work on your confidence and you find a book about confidence and you're just carrying that around, it's a reminder that that is something important to you. And sometimes that's all that we're ready for. You may not be ready to open up, right? And like dig deep yet, and that's okay. And so no matter what the topic is about, just like literally start carrying it around. It'll literally just start connecting with your subconscious of like, this is important to us. Then what you're going to do is, when you just have like a hot second, because you're carrying it around, there's going to be a moment where you're waiting in the car pickup line. There's going to be a moment where like maybe your kids are actually playing and you're like, this is odd. Like, they don't need me. This is exciting, right? Maybe you go to the bathroom. Maybe you hide in a closet. Maybe you're waiting at, sports or whatever it may be. There's always moments where we're waiting and we're not always prepared to be waiting, or people don't need us. And then we're like, well, what do I do now? And so since you're going to be carrying this around, it's like such a great opportunity to grab this versus the phone. There's nothing wrong with grabbing the phone, because there's a lot of things we can do to be productive on the phone, but there is something nice about just detaching from the outside world and grabbing a book. So then what you're going to do is you're just going to literally randomly open it up to a page. When you only have a hot second and you're like, there's no way I'm going to be able to like read multiple pages, this is one of my favorite hacks, because it's almost like the universe sending a message to you of what you need. So I did this last night right before I went to bed and with this book, and I just randomly opened it up because I was way too tired to read, but I was like, I want to open it up, right? And see what message is coming to me. And so I just did it again, and I want to read you. So this is Money Therapy by Deborah Price. I have lots of money books, and some of them, a lot of them I haven't read yet. And as I've been like cleaning and organizing, because that's been a theme of mine, I realized like, oh, that kind of bums me out that like I purchased these so long ago and I haven't made it a priority to read them yet. Like books can't bless our life fully until we read them. And so just randomly opening it up when you're in a busy season of life can still give you so much. And it might even motivate you to then read the book from start to finish because you're like, ooh, that's what I needed. And then you do it a few more times, you'll be way more motivated to then go ahead and read it all the way through. And if not, that's okay too, right? Like those little messages can be just as powerful as sitting down and reading a book. Okay. So it's so perfect because, the page that I opened up to is about prosperity and abundance. Again, this is Money Therapy by Deborah Price. So I thought I would just read you this page. This is something I want to start doing where it's kind of like just a little like narration of just a little something something. So we're just going to go ahead and get it started right now. So it's about it's about prosperity and abundance. So we're going to read this together. When we are on the right path, all of our needs are met in abundance. Before I go any further, I should say that the words abundance and prosperity are not the same and need to be clarified. Abundance is our most natural state. To have abundance means having plenty or more than enough. Yet the concept of enough is what creates the dilemma for most of us. Abundance is very subjective, since one person considers plenty is mere to somebody else. Prosperity, on the other hand, is a little easier to define. To be prosperous means to be successful or fortunate. We have come to believe that being truly prosperous requires having a fortune. As a result, many people live in a state of abundance without knowing it. I love that. That's been the theme for August. Because they were seeking the fortune of prosperity. In my experience, prosperity does not come easily to those who wait for it or seek it out specifically. Prosperity is what happens to people while they're busy doing other things. If our actions are connected to our path, then we are truly fortunate, for we will know the joy of prosperity that comes from fulfillment. Ooh, so good. The following questions will help you examine and distinguish between prosperity and abundance as they relate to fulfillment in your life. So that's one page. Raise your hand if you're motivated to read like the next page, right? It's kind of like, think about this hack of like your favorite show and it like abruptly ends and you're like, oh, I have to find out more. So I'm going to give you the questions because I don't want to leave you hanging. And then if you want a link to the book, just let me know. But you can find it right on Amazon, Money Therapy by Deborah Price. So I'll give you the questions. Do you feel abundance in your life? If not, what do you feel is missing? Oh. Do you feel you are prosperous? What does prosperity look like to you? These are wealthy questions. What makes you feel fulfilled? What remains unfulfilled within you? What are you willing to do to change that today? Ooh, mic drop. I want to keep reading. This is good. I'll read the questions one more time. Do you feel abundance in your life? If not, what do you feel is missing? I love that. Do you feel you are prosperous? What does prosperity look like to you? What makes you feel fulfilled? What remains unfulfilled within you? What are you willing to do to change that today? So good. So I hope you love this hack. Let me know. Share it with a friend. This really stems from the 5-minute rule. When we can get our brains on board, even just to do something for 5 minutes or less, we're so much more motivated to keep doing it. I think myself included, we think like, oh, to sit down and read a book means I need to have like 2 hours to read a book, and then we don't do it, but yet it's something that like most of us really desire, or something else, right? Like maybe you want to watch a training, maybe you want to, work on building a digital product, or, online shop, or whatever it may be. Like just even doing something for 5 minutes can be huge, whether it's exercise, finances, something for personal growth. 5 minutes. And we have those 5 minutes throughout the day so many times. And a lot of times we're just like being in reactive mode, grabbing the phone because we don't know what to do. And then we scroll. We all do it. And so the more we can be proactive, the better. And answering those questions is probably a better use of our time than just aimlessly scrolling on social media, right? So I hope that you love this hack. I have more tips for days, so make sure you're following along and let me know how I can support you.